The crystal chandeliers of Lou Bernardin cast golden light across the private dining room as I adjusted my simple black dress and checked the time. 7:30 p.m. Dad's 60th birthday dinner. A celebration, though it already felt more like a performance than a family gathering. I took the corner seat, back to the well habit from years of corporate caution. From here, I could see everything. Mom sat in an emerald designer gown that screamed wealth without saying a word. Derek, my older brother, adjusted his Armani tie while whispering to his wife Christina. My younger sister Melissa scrolled through her phone like she'd already mentally left at the head of the table. Dad sat like a king in his navy-tailored suit. Retired investment banker. Still acting like authority came with age. Surprised you actually showed up, Mom said sharply. I sipped my water. Wouldn't miss it. Derek leaned in. You skipped Christmas, Easter, and Mom's birthday. I was working. Christina laughed. Working. That little bookkeeping job. A server approached. Maria. She placed dishes down carefully and gave me a subtle nod. She knew. I'd been here before, not as a guest, but as the person who owned what they were sitting in. Dad cleared his throat. We think it's time you got serious about your future. Here we go. Derek smiled. There's an entry-level job at my firm. You could work under me? Mom nodded. It's a start. Melissa finally looked up. You live in a tiny apartment and drive a junk car. I'm fine. I said. Christina smirked. Fine isn't success. Dad sighed. You're 32, no husband, no career path worth mentioning, Mom added softly. Your biological clock. I understand what you're implying. I cut in. They continued anyway. Advice disguised as insults. Concern wrapped in judgment. Then the conversation shifted. The house, Mom said. Grandma Rose's house in the Hamptons. We should sell it. I paused. Derek nodded. It needs renovations. You can't afford it anyway. Christina added. You'd get maybe $900,000. I looked at them quietly. And if I don't want to sell? Derek smiled. You don't get a choice. That was the moment I decided to end the guessing game. You're right, I said calmly. I can't afford it. Relief spread across their faces. So we proceed. Mom asked. I already bought it. Silence. Derek laughed once. That's impossible. I opened my phone and turned the screen toward them. Bank records. Transfer confirmations. Ownership documents. I bought it last month. Paid full price. Renovated it. It's worth more now than before. Christina blinked. Where did you get that money? I leaned back. Phoenix Capital Management. Derek froze. That startup no one's heard of. I smiled slightly. It owns 17 companies. Melissa's face went pale as I continued. I also bought your apartment building, Melissa. You're behind on rent. Her phone slipped from her hand. And Derek, I said, your firm's legal crisis? That settlement offer. That was me. Dad's expression tightened. This is nonsense. I raised my hand slightly. A man in a tailored suit approached the table. James, I said. Tell them. He nodded. Phoenix Capital Management owns this restaurant. Silence dropped like a stone. And Miss Sophie Harrison is the founder and CEO. The glass in Christina's hand shattered. Dad stared at me. Why didn't you tell us? I looked at him. When would I have? Well, you were explaining my failures to me. No one spoke. The truth had finally replaced their assumptions. Christina tried to recover. Even if this is real, you let us think you were struggling. I was never struggling. I said. You just stopped asking. I stood and walked into the kitchen. Marcus, the chef, looked up. How's the chaos? Exactly as expected. I pulled out a folder from my office. Inside, a trust. $50 million. Already structured. Already signed earlier, hidden within what they thought were birthday cards. I returned to the table. This trust ensures your financial stability. You will all receive income for life. Their eyes lit up instantly. Then I added, however, there is a clause. Silence again. A dignity clause. Public humiliation or disrespect toward any family member voids it. Mom's face shifted. You already triggered it. I said quietly. Shock. Denial. Then panic. We didn't mean it. Dad said quickly. I opened my phone. Would you like to hear the recording? Silence. I stood. You will finish dinner. You will celebrate Dad's birthday. And tomorrow, you will start handling your own lives. I walked away behind me. Panic set in, but I didn't turn back. Because for the first time, I didn't need to be the solution anymore. I was done being invisible. Outside, my driver waited. How did it go? Exactly as it had to. My phone buzzed non-stop apologies. Excuses. Panic. I turned it off for the first time in years. The silence felt like freedom. 3 months later, I received a letter from Dad. 2 sentences. I understand now why you didn't tell us. We didn't deserve to know. No demands. No excuses. Just truth. I kept it, not because everything was fixed, but because, for once, they finally saw me.